Imagine sitting in a doctor's office, looking at a scan of a liver. The tissue is inflamed, enlarged, and heavily infiltrated with fat. The scarring is obvious. If a hepatologist looked at this scan blindly, they would immediately assume they were looking at the liver of someone who had been drinking every single day for decades. Welcome to Dr. Levitas. But then, the doctor looks at the patient sitting on the exam table. It isn't a middle-aged bartender. It isn't a college student, it is a child. How is a child, who has never touched a drop in their life, developing a liver disease? Today, we are discussing one of the most urgent, misunderstood, and frankly heartbreaking metabolic crises of our time. We are talking about a chemical that is heavily marketed as natural and healthy. It is hiding in our pantries, our health foods, and your children's lunchboxes. We are going to unpack the terrifying reality of liquid fructose, why scientists are now calling it the worst thing ever, and most importantly, how we can heal our bodies and protect our families using sustainable, gentle lifestyle changes. Please hit the like button and leave a comment. Your engagement is a huge help to the channel. To understand why fructose is so uniquely dangerous to our health, we have to look at how the human body processes different types of sugar. When you consume glucose, which is the primary sugar found in starches like rice or potatoes, your entire body gets to work. Every single cell in your body, from your brain to your muscles to your kidneys, can absorb and burn glucose for energy. The workload is distributed. It is a team effort. Fructose is a completely different story. Due to evolutionary biology, the liver is the only organ in the human body that contains the specific transporter enzymes required to metabolize fructose in large amounts. When you consume fructose, your brain can't use it. Your muscles can't use it. 100% of the metabolic burden is dumped squarely onto your liver. Now, evolutionarily, this wasn't a problem. For thousands of years, the only time human beings encountered fructose was in the late summer and fall, when fruit ripened. And it came packaged in a highly fibrous matrix. But today, we have isolated, extracted, and liquefied this sugar. When you drink a glass of soda, a glass of 100% fruit juice, or even sweeten your tea with supposedly healthy agave nectar, which is up to 90% pure fructose, you are sending a massive, unbuffered tsunami of liquid sugar directly to your liver. Because it is a liquid, there is no digestion required. It hits the liver instantly. Your liver, which is the master filter and metabolic factory of your body, looks at this massive influx of fructose and panics. It cannot process it fast enough. The assembly line breaks down. So, what does your liver do with this toxic overflow? It initiates a biological process called de novo lipogenesis. Translated from Latin, this literally means making new fat. Because the liver cannot store this massive wave of fructose as energy, it rapidly converts it into triglycerides, fat molecules. But it doesn't just send this fat anywhere. It packs it directly inside the liver tissue itself, and it pushes it out into the abdominal cavity. This is how liquid fructose forces your body to create visceral fat, the deep, highly inflammatory fat that wraps around your organs. We aren't talking about the subcutaneous fat that sits under your skin, which is relatively harmless. We are talking about a highly reactive, metabolically destructive tissue that drives chronic disease. And this brings us to the devastating condition known as non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, or NAFLD. Let me pause here and say something very important, especially to the parents watching. If you have been giving your kids juice or fruit snacks, please take a deep breath. Release the guilt right now. You have been marketed to by billion-dollar industries that have spent decades slapping the words natural and vitamin C on bottles of concentrated liquid sugar. This is not a moral failing on your part, it is a failure of our food environment. But we must look at the reality. A staggering 2021 clinical review published in the Journal of Hepatology revealed that up to 10% of young children, and nearly 30% of adolescents in Western countries, now have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Their livers are quietly failing before they even graduate high school. So, why is it so bad for children? Because biochemically, ethanol and fructose are processed by the exact same pathway in the liver. They both cause localized inflammation, they both trigger severe insulin resistance, and they both result in fatty deposits in the liver tissue. The only difference is that fructose doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier to make a child feel weird. The metabolic damage, however, is nearly identical. But the damage doesn't stop at just liver fat. As the liver frantically tries to process this liquid fructose, it creates a highly bad byproduct. When your liver processes fructose, it burns through massive amounts of ATP, which is the fundamental energy currency of your cells. As the liver severely depletes its own energy reserves to deal with the fructose flood, it produces a waste product called uric acid. You might associate uric acid with gout, a painful joint condition. But modern research, led by brilliant metabolic scientists over the last few years, shows that high systemic uric acid is actually an alarm bell for your entire body. When uric acid levels spike from fructose consumption, it actively damages the endothelial lining of your blood vessels, driving up blood pressure. Worse, it directly interferes with insulin signaling. Uric acid acts like an evolutionary survival switch. It tricks your body into thinking that winter is coming, famine is near, and it must hold on to every single ounce of fat for dear life. You can be eating a perfectly balanced diet, but if you are chronically consuming liquid fructose, your elevated uric acid levels will chemically block your body's ability to burn fat. Your internal environment becomes locked in a state of chronic preservation and inflammation. Now, at this point, you might be asking a very logical question: wait, isn't there fructose in an apple? Do I need to stop eating fruit? The answer is an absolute, definitive no. There is a profound, night and day difference between drinking an apple and eating an apple. When you eat a whole apple, you are consuming the fructose wrapped in a dense matrix of soluble and insoluble fiber, along with water, vitamins, and cellular structures. This fiber matrix acts as an incredible biochemical buffer. When it reaches your stomach and intestines, the fiber forms a gel-like barrier. It slows the digestion process down to a crawl. Instead of a massive, overwhelming tsunami of fructose hitting the liver all at once, the liver receives a slow, steady, manageable drip. Because the delivery is so slow, the liver can easily process the fructose, convert it to usable energy, and move on. There is no panic. There is no de novo lipogenesis. There is no massive uric acid spike. Nature packaged the poison with the antidote. It is the industrial extraction, the liquefaction, and the removal of fiber that turns a healthy fruit into a metabolic toxin. So, how do you know if your liver is currently struggling? Because the liver has no pain receptors, it suffers in silence. But if you know where to look, it will speak to you through your skin. When the liver is congested with fat and struggling to clear toxins and balance hormones, the effects often manifest externally. One of the most common signs is the sudden appearance of cherry angiomas, those tiny, bright red, slightly raised dots on your torso or arms. While they can be a normal part of aging, a sudden explosion of them often indicates liver congestion and estrogen dominance, because a fatty liver cannot properly clear excess estrogen. Another visible sign is palmar erythema, which is a pronounced, unnatural redness on the palms of your hands, particularly around the fleshy base of the thumb and pinky finger. You might also notice an increase in skin tags around your neck or armpits, which is a hallmark clinical sign of the profound insulin resistance being driven by a fatty liver. Your body is waving red flags, asking for help. But here is the most beautiful, hopeful, and empowering part of this entire story. The human liver is nothing short of miraculous. It is the only organ in your body that has the ability to completely regenerate itself. If you cut away 70% of a healthy liver, it will grow back to its full size in a matter of weeks. If you are dealing with a fatty liver, or if you are worried about your child's metabolic health, you do not need to despair. The reversal process is incredibly fast when you remove the toxic burden. Studies show that by simply eliminating liquid fructose, cutting out the sodas, the sweet teas, the sports drinks, the fruit juices, and the agave, you can begin to dramatically reduce liver fat in as little as 9 days. Within 4 to 8 weeks of drinking primarily water, unsweetened tea, and black coffee, and eating your carbohydrates in their whole, fibrous, natural forms, your liver will begin to shed the visceral fat. The uric acid levels will plummet. The insulin sensitivity will return. Your body wants to heal. It just needs you to stop throwing gasoline on the fire. Here is the doctor's verdict: stop the liquid fructose. We have to start treating liquid sugar with the respect and caution it deserves. It is not a treat, in its modern, ultra-concentrated form. It is a direct biological assault on your body's most critical filter. But you have the power to change this narrative today. You can heal your liver, you can protect your family, and you can reclaim your metabolic vitality simply by returning to the whole, natural foods our bodies evolved to process. Eat your fruit, don't drink it. I want to hear from you in the comments below. What is one sugary beverage you are committing to swapping out for water or herbal tea this week? Let's take that first step toward healing together. Until next time, stay curious, stay resilient, and take care of your liver. Watch this video suggestion, it was especially picked for you. Please share, comment, like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Thank you, it helps a ton with the algorithm. Remain tuned for future videos and keep growing.